Hello everyone, this is Dr. Divya Madan from soulfullivingllc.com and we are continuing to work on Bhagavad Gita, the timeless wisdom for leadership and spirituality. So we are on chapter 6 today. We are continuously for last so many days when we are working on and we are listening what Arjun said, what Bhagwan said, what Shri Krishna said. So we are continuing to talk about the conversation that is taking in between Arjun and Shri Krishna, right? Bhagwan Shri Krishna. This is like 6th chapter and still Arjun is not convinced. He is not ready to fight. He is still in doubt. And constantly, and Arjun knew that he is standing with Bhagwan himself. He knew that Krishna was God. He knew that Krishna was Avatar. He knew that Krishna was just playing a role here. Like bolte ne Krishna Leela kar rahe. So Leela means that he is enacting a certain role for humanity to understand the value and the meaning of actual spirituality. So here again starts. So Bhagwan is saying that one who does their duty, so it's constantly like do your karma, do your duty without expecting the fruit of action. So this is the crux of Gita constantly, that do everything without expectation, without really going after the result. I have not achieved this, I have not achieved that, right? So who has renounced their action to the sacrifice, like as a sacrifice, that I'm performing this action for the divinity, one who is situated in me. So what he is talking about, yoga. Now what is yoga? We are not talking about the yoga, the asana. Yoga, asana is different. When you do the asana, so that you can do the yoga with yourself and the God. So those asanas that you do prepares you to go to that state of samadhi when you become one with your God. So again and again Krishna is asking Arjun to have his mind situated in him, or the supreme consciousness, as Krishna is constantly telling him that he is the one who is the manifestation of the supreme consciousness. So now Arjun is like now in a asking mode, that how do we perform yoga? So yoga starts with performing selfless action. Now in today's world, what is selfless action? Shall we not ask about remuneration or fee or something against your service? Should we or should we not? What is selfless? Selfless is that after you have decided whatever your fee or remuneration is, you will have no iota of doubt that what you are doing, no matter what you have received or what you will be receiving, you will give your 100% minimum or more. Like you just do not work based on like, okay, it is a 9-to-5 job, so let me just do this and leave. When you're working in the kitchen, wherever you're working, give your best. In every work you do, you give your best. Performing selfless action means that you are not attaching yourself like to the result. Not everybody is going to come back and give you the adulation. Not everybody is going to reward you for your action, but your soul knows what you did. Right? So when you are doing the work, at that time there is nothing between you and the work or the service or whatever you're doing. Nothing comes in between. Results are coming, not coming, does not matter. So those people who can, when they are performing their duty, they are one with it. They are always praised. Always praised. Even they have left their job, people will remember them. Like when you are helping your colleague, you're not getting paid for that, right? So remember, once I had talked about Vetan and I. There are two words in Hindi. Vetan, which is salary. I means income. Vetan is what? The salary is what you get when you perform certain task. I is the income which you receive, which is more than the salary, means the reward. Although these two words are used interchangeably, that this is my income or this is my salary. So sometimes people take it as income as like somebody who's doing business. But what I understood from that what value you provide and against which what you receive is your income. So again, that is what I talked about. So next shloka is also about equanimity. Equanimity means you look at everyone with equally. Friend, foe, close, far, near, dear. No. When you're performing your job, you have to give it 100%, and it's not this, that. You will never do any partiality. If I am doing the healing, whether I am healing my brother or whether I am healing any one of you, it will be equal. The rest of things can be different, but my job, this is my job, and I cannot differentiate between my biological family versus my spiritual family. When you are doing the service, then you do it wholeheartedly, no matter who is in front of you. Also, Krishna talks about keep your mind engaged in meditation. So, when you're performing your job, how can you be in meditation? Ever thought about it? Meditation means what? You do, in the morning you get up and you sit down and you call upon, like you are sitting here and you are calling upon your divine energy and light. So we definitely, when we started, I had to do the prayer, right? So Lord Ganesha, Lord Shiva, Gayatri, Ma Gayatri, all of them are with us now. And then all the people who had been connected with me in life, not in life, somewhere in the past, all of them are invited to be here and listen to this, right? So how you can be in meditation at all times? By meditation means what? Dhyan. So when you give the complete focus to what you're doing while already doing the sankalpa that everything I'm doing belongs to so the one who is always in meditation is very, very dear to Krishna. So he is talking again about like just sit firmly wherever you are. So he's talking about like having firmly set his seat in a spot which is free from dirt, free from impurities, on the kusha, on the deer skin, and having a cloth as a cover. So basically, neither very high, neither very low. So it is just like clean, minimalist, and focused. Again and again, he's talking about the same thing. So when you sit in a clean place, and if possible on the grass, now we don't have deer skin but yes, we can just wherever on a piece of any kind of cloth. You are sitting there, the asana, which we call asana when we do the meditation. You're sitting on it, you're focusing on it, and you do the meditation to the God every day, and then you perform the actions. So holding the trunk, so your neck, your back, your head straight. So posture again is very important when you are performing the meditation. Always your back, trunk, neck has to be straight, and gaze to be fixed on the nose. So we have talked about multiple kind of meditation, but when the initial, like the dhyan which was taught earlier by the gurus, they would ask you to focus on the tip of your nose. So you look like this. You breathe in, breathe out, and your focus, your gaze is right on the nose. So you will start feeling like your eyes will start hurting when you do that. But with practice, and at that time, try to think of anything, you will not be able to. You just breathe in. Try. Your eyes will start watering, but your thought you will not be able to think of anything. Try it right now. Focus on the tip of your nose. Bring your gaze on the focus, both your eyes on the tip of the nose, maybe an inch here. And trust me, if you can do it for 18 minutes straight, your kundalini will just shoot up. 18 minutes, that is all is needed. That's it. And when I started meditation, like when the gaze gets fixed, when you get into the meditative state, even if you would want to think of something, even if you would like to get up, you will not. You will be just glued, literally glued. I have experienced it multiple times, and I am sure you guys will experience it too. And at that time, when people say, I cannot see God, how will you see God? You're not at the level of that frequency. But in the meditative state, isn't all of you have experienced God? Have you not seen anything in your meditative state? In so many meditations we have done, and even without me also, if you have gotten to the meditative state, haven't you seen any of the divine energies? I think that we all do, because I have seen, and definitely I have a firm belief that we all are able to see it when we are in the meditative state. Right? So it is not that we cannot see them, it is just we have to be in that level, in that state. Alright. So this is the practice that our yogis are required to do. So constantly when you are applying your mind to the God, so if you remember it like multiple times during the day, whenever you're working, I am working for Krishna, I'm cooking for Krishna, I'm doing this for Krishna. I am just telling you guys that you guys believe it or not, I came up with the time 9:15, right? 9:15. No matter what, something or the other will happen, but somehow I have two rituals that I do before meeting you guys. And exactly by 9:15 I am done with both the rituals. Sometimes like people call me, sometimes there's like other distractions, but whatever the distractions are, even if I feel like maybe I will not be able to make it on time, somehow everything will work out. And I am like literally I'm looking for something and I'm like, where is it? And right now I just see like my eyes will, I'll just move something and the thing is right over there. Like I would not be even wasting even a minute. When I was working, I would be getting late and I'm like, at what time I'm going to reach? And I'm like, okay, I'm running late. Like my drive was almost an hour. Every time I would go, I will find the spot right in the front of the elevator. So, like divine is always watching you. They are trying to make your life easier. They are with you, trust me. They are with you. And you will feel it by yourself. So, as we progress, so what Krishna is again saying, that for whom the yoga is not only for the people who fast regularly. No. Not for the people who overeat. Not for the people who are very lazy. Or people who are like sleep too much. Nothing. So basically it is not for the people who are lazy. Making sense? Because here it requires like self-awareness, alertness. Right? So, somebody who has started regulating their diet, regulating their action, regulating their thoughts, that is where is the beginning of a yoga. Yoga, connection of self to the higher self, or connection of the Atma to Paramatma, or connection of your soul to the Supreme Soul. So here again we are constantly talking about Krishna consciousness. So one who is thoroughly disciplined. Discipline is the number one step for people who want to be connected with the God consciousness or be in the yoga. See, life is really very small, like we do not realize it. When our time will come, we will not even know it. But we don't have to worry about it. Body is here, body will not be here tomorrow. But we have to keep that in awareness that life is not going to stop here. Where I am today, where I'll be tomorrow, where I'll be day after tomorrow, nobody knows. What will happen after 5 years, what will happen after 10 years, what will happen after 15 years, 20 years, who knows? I will be alive, I will not be alive. And same is with each and every one of us. So, preparation of like detachment is always important. We cannot detach on the deathbed. It doesn't happen that. It is a constant practice. That we have to stay away from rag, from dvesh, from attachment, from envy, from despair, from hopeless. Like whatever the negative thoughts comes, like just immediately detach. That's not me. These thoughts are not me. This is mind. Like soul, mind also doesn't die easily. But what happens? Mind only dies, but whatever it has created is accomplished. Like somebody wants to marry somebody, say they fell in love and they want to get married to them. So mind will constantly go to that person, that this my beloved, he has not come, I want to meet him, I want to be with him, or be with her. The moment they get married, for first few days it was like, or they start living together, first few days will be like honeymoon period. They are very like looking forward to seeing each other every day. And slowly the equation changes. Their looks, now there's like because mind has accomplished what it wanted. Now it's not going there. So that's the death of that thought process. And now there's a different thought process. What we have to accomplish together. We have to build a house, or we have to bring children. And now the children have come. Now how to take care of the children. So the mind is like shifting. Mind is not staying at one place. I want this person, I want this person, I want this person. Here you are. And now, okay, I found this person, but I think I need a house. Maybe I need a car. Maybe I need more clothes. Maybe I need to send my children to school. Maybe I have to do this. Oh, and then now my wife does not do this. My husband does not do this. The mind has already shifted. And till it accomplishes what it is thinking, that mind will still keep going there. So we need to bring that mind back. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? So mind has an end, but the soul does not have it. So that is what we say. It's like everything, like there's a change is constant. What is changing? What is changing? Your perception, your situation. How it is changing? It is changing in your mind. I want this person, I want this person, I want this person. I want this car, I want this car, I want this car. When you get this new car, you always wanted to have that car. After how many days you start like, it's just like a normal thing. You don't even worry about it, even if you have a Tesla, or if you have a Audi, or if you have a Mercedes Benz. First day, wow, I have a Benz, or I have this. But just few days later, it has lost its charm. So, discipline. So again, what Krishna is saying, that yogi's mind does not flicker with the wind. It always remains constant. In unison, whatever comes in front of them, they just remain in equanimity and keep performing their task. They do not give in to sorrow, or they do not give in to joy. They remain centered. And so again, how it is possible to remain free from sorrow? How it is possible to do that? And then Krishna says it is nothing but practice. Like everything, it is also a practice. Like when you are learning to sing, dance, everything is a practice, right? When you're a doctor, engineer, like whatever we perform, it is all practice, experience in a certain thing. So even keeping yourself into a state of equanimity will come from practice. So again, Arjun is like, okay, what if I have started into the path of yoga, I have started to try to remain detached from joy or sorrow, from pain or happiness. Like I have decided, I am trying, I am doing the meditation, I am doing the work, but what if I fail? What if I give in to some of my desire? What will happen then? Or for anybody, like all of us are in the path, right? What if tomorrow we decide it's not for me, I'm not going to do it. Enough is enough. Learned so much, it does nothing is working for me. Like I always say that the moment the wisdom comes to you, you come to spirituality when you hit a very dark spot of your life. That is the time that you really start learning the ABCD of spirituality. But when the wisdom starts coming, the light, the crack happens and the light starts entering. The moment the light starts entering, initially you'll start feeling very good, because you will be starting to get all those like wisdom just flowing in your neurons. whatever I'm saying, it will start like making so much sense to you. And yes, I understand this. This is like yes, yes, this is what it is. I'm going to do it. I'm going to remain in the center. I'm not going to give in to my this, that. And then you start feeling good about it also. You start talking about it also. The moment you think you have understood, test comes. Everything you're learning today, you'll be have to applying it throughout the day. Keep applying it, because the test is evident. Not everyone is going to get this information what you guys are getting right now. Not everyone in the world will have this access, right? Gita is there for 7,000 years. How many of you read it completely? How many of you? Raise your hands. None of you, right? So this information will still, like, people might just pass lifetimes without even knowing that this exists, this wisdom exists. So when it is reached to you, Arjun asked what would happen. Krishna said that there are very good chances that you might get into the hands of evil powers of your, or like maybe you get distracted. But still, if you have even started on this path, you will be given heaven. You will reside in the Swargalok, which is 5th dimension. This is 3rd dimension. You are in 3rd dimension. 4th dimension, per my understanding, is Yakshalok, and 5th dimension is Devalok, like where the Indra reside. Because Indra, who's Indra? Indra is the one who has controlled his senses. So anybody who controls his senses in this life, who does not immediately get irritated, agitated, right? Once who controls his senses become Indra. Indra is a designation, not a name of a person. So you reach to level 5, 5th dimension. And then you take rebirth as a human being, because every time you have to move to the different dimensions, and creators, creation, sun, moon. So sun, the physical body of the sun is also in the 5th dimension. The physical body of the moon is also in the 5th dimension. But the creation is after that. Then there's like a what I felt was that there was, like, once you cross the Devalok, then you keep moving, you reach to the Prakriti, like the creator, the creation. Once you reach to that point, if you want to go beyond that point, at that time you need to have like the invitation. You just cannot go like that. Like there is a vehicle that comes which will take you. Gita talks about it. You reach to the, even if you start, you reach to the place of Devaloka, and you take rebirth as a human being, and depending upon how you got swayed. If you had like materialistic need, you will be taking birth in a very rich family and you will receive all the materialism. But soon, like Buddha was born in a very rich family, like in a king's family. But then the inclination will always be towards the spirituality, and you'll move towards it. Okay? And what happens? And people who missed something else, then they will take birth in a very righteous kind of family. If there was like a little miss, they tried, but it was like for some little bit of distraction, they missed it. So then they will take birth in a very pious family, very supportive, loving family, and they will be able to help them to reach to their destination. So the destination is being one with the Krishna consciousness. So that is the sum total of the of this chapter, that being equanimous, that is continuously going on and on, be in meditation, give it to your connect. So be in meditation, I would say, connect with your soul. When you are connecting with your soul, the divine is connected to your soul. So whatever you do, every single moment should be 100%. Some people know this naturally. You know, the people who become very famous, rich, and if you look at them, if you look at their life stories, how they move forward, the super successful people, they are highly disciplined people. If you look at the diary, like I was reading about I don't remember the name of the book, but the habits of successful people. All these things that you constantly look at, they have a very disciplined life. Depending upon how disciplined they are, how much focused they are, if they are practicing selflessness or not. But one thing is always common. Any cricketer, like people who are like badminton players, boxers, all those people who reached to the gold medal or did not reach to the gold medal, but each one of them who have reached to the certain level, singer, dancer, anyone. There are so many engineers, so many doctors, but not everyone is at that level, right? But anyone who has reached to a certain level, what is involved? Discipline, practice. Discipline and practice. Practice with focus, right? Practice with utmost dedication, being on time. So we all know these anecdotes, but what we were not practicing or what we were not knowing, that every time we are connected to the divine. We allow ourselves, consciously tell ourselves that everything I am doing belongs to the Supreme Consciousness. My man karma vachan, my thought, my action and my speech, all of it belongs to the Supreme Consciousness. And with this, I'll end the session for today, and are we meeting tomorrow? So let's do the gratitude prayer. Thanks to Shiva, thanks to Krishna, thanks to the Gita, thanks to the Arjuna who had to get to this dilemma, so much of pain in order to get the light. So thanks to all these divine guides and energies who came to support us today. Thanks to good karmas of our ancestors that we were born to them, leading us to this divine journey. Pray for everyone in this universe. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyat dukha bhag bhave. Om lokah samastah sukhinah bhavantu. May all be happy, may all be blessed. Namah Shivaya. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So just let's take 2 minutes and focus on our third eye. And in your heart, just chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Keep chanting.